Why hello everyone and welcome back to another unboxing. Of course, it's what I do best, arguably. Today I wanted to share with you a highly anticipated release, at least from my perspective, and that is Lords of the Fallen. And of course, what unboxing would it be if it wasn't a collector's edition? Hence the big box. There's not really much I need to say, I don't think. This is a game that as soon as I saw the first trailer, I knew this was something I wanted to have in my back catalogue, library, pile of shame, whatever you want to call it. So it's actually, I don't know if it's a sequel or if it's just a reimagining of a game that came out years ago, published by Square Enix, which just didn't meet it. It just didn't find its audience. But it's a Souls-like type of adventure game, but tonality, it seems to share very similar dark themes to like Mortal Shell, which for anyone who's been here long enough knows I love Mortal Shell, so this was a no-brainer. Anyway, let's get straight into it. So first things first, you'll notice as I've already pointed out, it is quite a large box. Let me just show the box off to you. So we've got like the key art, which I think we're very familiar with at this point, here on the front, and then around the sides, I think, is it the same piece? Yeah, it's the same piece of art that wraps around the sides. Oh, that's really cool. Sorry, window glare, but you've got like a village on fire. That's really cool. And then on the back you have what you would normally find on the back of a game box. So we've got, you know, the network, not capabilities, requirements, there we go, and all your spiel. But let's actually take this plastic off so we can have a better look. There we go. I have released it from its plastic prison. So on the top and the bottom we have this kind of crest sigil thing. Not too sure what that means currently, but I'm sure I'll find out. So it's my favourite type of big box. It's a removable sleeve. So it's cardboard, so that's cool. Now, the box itself opens up from this side rather than what we would assume to be the top or bottom. It's actually this side that is the top. So we've got the game logo. Let me get this out. Oh, but you'll see it's the same art once again. I brought a hair comb this time so that I can safely undo the ends without ripping or tearing. All right. Ooh. So, you'll see that everything's laid out quite nicely. It's quite hard to show you actually, so I'll try and show you. It's polystyrene. I hate polystyrene. But it's all sat in a polystyrene mould. So I'm just going to take bits out one at a time. So on the furthest end we have the plastic box for the game. It is the Deluxe Edition. I believe the Deluxe Edition is what came with some like pre-order codes, which I received by email. But for the sake of clarity, we'll also unbox this, or unwrap, sorry, so we can see what's inside. There are some codes. I shan't show them to you, so it just says Deluxe Edition DLC. Doesn't say which DLC that is, whether or not that's music or what. So as I always suggest, double check the description box. I will specify what the code inside is for, just so you've got a peace of mind knowing what comes with what. So there's your game plus a code of some sorts. In that same slip area that I took the box out, we have this little plastic wallet. So let's open it and see what's in there. Okay, we have instructions by the looks of it, or a safety manual. Oh my god, so it's a safety and instruction pamphlet for the light remote control for the statue. So somewhere in here is a remote control, and this is its instructions. So that's helpful. We've also got some art cards. So we've got... I do recognise some of these monsters from some of the trailers. So we've got this guy right here. And then we've got a I think that's a ranger fighting someone. Drawing his bow or his arrow on his bow, ready to take on distant enemies. And then we've got this spooky bitch, whoever she is, or it, what thing. But yeah, that's creepy. Not looking forward to fighting that guy. And then here we also have, I think it's a poster. Let's find out. Oh, it's a big boy. It's a big boy poster. Okay, so I think it's double-sided. So we have once again the key art in poster form. Alternatively, we have a Dark Crusader on the other side. So that's what the sigil is. So the sigil is for the Crusaders by the looks of it. So that's a nice big poster. It's always a shame that they have to come folded. They're not like rolled very finely into a little teeny weeny tube. But I know that's kind of nitpicking. Now, moving on to the larger piece. Right, so I assumed... I know you shouldn't assume things. In fact, let's pop that over here. This box here, I thought this was the actual collector's edition. This was the whole full size, because this is all you see when you make the pre-order. So, yeah, that's interesting. That's got its own protective little plastic sleeve as well. It's actually very thick. It's not flimsy. This is really, really durable, actually. And this entire box, so it's the same art once again. I'm not going to lie, I would have thought they'd change up the artwork a little bit for each individual piece. But this is made of tin. So that's nifty. Now, I'm not too sure which bit to tackle first. In fact, here at the bottom, I think is the little remote control. So let's try and get that out. Okay, so there's the remote control for the lights. We'll have a play with that later. And then in the bottom here, I like this kind of space-saving solution. We have an art book. It's quite a decent size. It's nice hard-backed. Nice cover. There we go. So this is the official art book. None of that unofficial nonsense. I'll show you some bits and pieces. So we've got some nice, like, conceptual art. I don't know what this is, whether or not this is reference to something you find in game. But that's really cool. There's some characters or enemies, I'm not sure. So there's lots there to digest. I won't go into all of it in case it's spoiler-ish. But it's very cool. Very good. I should note as well, the sections that I'm pulling these out of, it's all kind of foam casted or foam moulded, so that's nice and protective. Okay, we then have a steelbook. Ooh, that's very very doomsday-ish looking. So we've got another Dark Crusader and the emblem. And then the inside's pretty plain. Oh, who's that? Yeah, it's just some interior work, but yeah, nothing too outlandish. It's cool, I like it. I'm having a little bit of difficulty getting the plastic out of this. I'm not sure if there's a knack to it. Okay, so for anyone who may have this trouble also, you've just got to be very careful, and you've kind of got to tease the sides out like this, so you can pull the whole thing out like so. Not really sure where that's going to live. Yeah. In fact, I think the whole thing should be able to come out now. There we go, that's better. So they've really secured it very well, but a bit too well. I was afraid. So I need to put him down because there's more. In fact, let me show you the inside of the tin, because there is decorative art at the back of the tin. So it's kind of like a diorama. That's really cool. And then we've got a lantern and a staff of some sort. So we've got accessories for our statue. I think I've put it together the right way. It's kind of logic would dictate, because this is all kind of flimsy sort of, how do I describe it? It's not resin. It's not a resin cast statue. It's one of those flimsy, plasticky kind of ones where it's all been painted. Let's have a look. What's the detail like? There isn't much detail to speak of that I can see. So I had to put that lantern on myself, and I had to put the sword in myself. But the detailing is mostly on this side of the sword, so that would dictate that that's the way the sword's meant to be facing, because there's not really much on that side. Oh, and I dropped the lantern. Don't drop your lantern. See, this is why I don't put things together on camera. It all goes wrong. So yeah, I think that's how it's meant to look. Not sure, if I'm honest, but I am very keen to see what the lights look like. So I'm going to pop him back in here. Ooh. Oh, maybe that can't be right then. How the flip? What way round is his sword meant to go, man? Let's try it the other way round. Okay, so there is like an indent in his hand. It's going to be very difficult to show you, but there's like a pointy bit on the sword that goes into the indent of his hand. So there we go. So that's the way around it's supposed to be. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. So the detail of the sword is on the outside, but you can't really see it. Okay. Oh no, I dropped the lantern again. Oh, don't tell me I haven't got any batteries. There's a battery in here. It comes with a battery, but it doesn't want to turn on. Okay, so the battery doesn't seem to be working. Oh, I'm sad. Oh. Should I go... I'm going to go find another battery to see if maybe the one it's come with is just a bit not quite right. Okay, so I managed to get it working. I'm glad I didn't film myself, because to be quite honest, it was painful even for myself to try and figure out what was going on. Batteries were fine. You just need to legitimately follow the instructions if you're stupid like me. So I got it up and running. I've currently got it on a strobe effect. Should we try some different effects for you guys? So what does this button do? Nothing. What about that button? Nothing. Let's try this button. No. Oh dear, she broke it. Oh, hang on, let's have it. Okay, now I've just got a nice white light. There we go. And then what happens if I press flash? Nothing? Anything? Anything? No? Never mind. Yeah, so you can have a little play with it. You get this kind of remote control to control the lights. I'm quite happy just keeping it on a white light, to be honest. I don't think that the other colours really do it much justice. But that's a cool thing I've not seen in a collector's edition before. I'm sure there have been many like it. But personally, I don't own anything that does that. Yeah, so I got the light working on the collector's edition. Let's see, in my mid-break there, whilst I tried to get this thing working, I also checked out what the code was for. So the code inside this box, so the Deluxe Edition box, that is a code for the digital art book, the digital soundtrack. I know, we've got a steelbook. Why they couldn't have put a CD in the steelbook, heaven only knows. As well as a starting class and there was something else, but I will ensure to put it in the description as I always promise. Additionally, now this isn't part of the collector's edition, but this was kind of a pre-order little token I got from the retailer. I only got one of these. I probably should have got two because I actually pre-ordered 2 copies of this game. One deluxe on its own and then all of this. But I only got one of these, and that is a little necklace. So it comes in this cute little like velvety pouch. And it's very similar to the one I got for Darksiders Genesis. Let's see. So we've got... Oh, hang on. Yeah, so it's like a little Crusaders kind of emblem again. Yeah, so it's wearable, you know. It's an accessory. It has a purpose, I guess. But that was just a little pre-order thank you. That's not part of the collector's edition, but I thought I would show it to you guys anyway. But yeah, we've kind of come to the end of it all anyway. Let's round up what we have. So we get a nice collectible box. Inside that box we get the Deluxe Edition game with a code for the soundtrack, art book and some in-game perks, 3 art cards, a relatively big poster, and then collectible tin with the light and statue feature, as well as steelbook and physical art book. And of course the remote control to control the light. And then for pre-ordering you also get this necklace as well as another code which is sent to you via email. I'll include what that is in the description box, but I don't think it's anything too outlandish, nothing that you're missing out on really. But there you have it. That kind of sums up the Lords of the Fallen Collector's Edition in one fell swoop. I won't lie, there are aspects about this that I'm a bit disappointed in, such as the statue being that weird plastic kind of material rather than like resin or hard or anything, or acrylics or anything like that. So it's not the most amazing statue in the world, but it's not terrible either. As for soundtrack, I would have really much rathered it came in the form of a disc, especially when we have a surplus to requirement steelbook. I have nothing against steelbooks, I own plenty of them, but if you're going to give me a steelbook, put something in it. And of course, a small pet peeve which can't be helped, and that is the fact that this massive giant poster has loads of folds in it rather than it having been rolled and kept in a very small tube. Or it could have even been a wall scroll, that would have been better. But, you know, these things are just little nitpicks. I do appreciate that there was an instruction pamphlet because I did need it, as it turns out. But overall, I would argue that the price point was maybe just a pinch too high. But in the same breath, you know, these things can't be made for free, so it is swings and roundabouts. So that brings us to the end of this unboxing. Thank you to everyone watching, both past, present and future. If you've got any comments regarding this, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'll try and answer as best as I can. As I mentioned previously, be sure to check the description box for finer details regarding this. I do try to put track listings in there for soundtracks as well, just in case that's something that would be useful to you. And of course, let me know what you think. You know, do you feel in any way inclined to go out and get this for yourself, or are you kind of relieved that you skipped it over if that is the case? Yeah, let me know in the comments. It's always fun to hear from you guys. So thank you once again, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.